welcome, I'm pleased to announce first that our representatives for this game on the visiting side this year, our selection is the University of Central Missouri from Warrensburg, Missouri. Our home team, representing the Great American Conference, is the Southeastern Oklahoma State University out of Durant, Oklahoma. Now we're on for the show. Please make welcome Keith Baxter, the athletic director. Oh, I'm wrong, aren't I? I am. I got ahead of myself and I can't find my notes that I wrote last night. Central Missouri will be first. Please make welcome the athletic director at Central Missouri, Jerry Hughes.
Thanks, Alan. On behalf of the University of Central Missouri, we're excited to be here to live the United Bowl game. When Alan called me on Sunday afternoon, I was ecstatic about the opportunity and contacted Coach Swoboda, who then obviously got to call this team together. So we were excited to accept this opportunity. I can already tell by the way things have gone here this morning in our arrival here in Texarkana that in your second year, you all are way ahead of a lot of bowl games. You're doing things first-class way. We're very excited to be your representative in this game. At this time, I'm going to introduce Coach Jim Swoboda. Jim's been at Central Missouri for 5 years. He's got a record of 38-19, had winning seasons every year since he's been there, won 2 NCAA playoff games, been in the postseason 3 times since he's been there. He, in his first year there, had a Harlan Hale winner, which is the Heisman Trophy of Division II. Has outstanding offenses, good defenses, plays an exciting brand of football, but he does it the right way. He's recruited freshmen and built from there every year. So in his 5th year, he's got his first class of seniors. His kids graduate. We've had 120 all MIAA All-Americans, and he's had several all-academic All-Americans. So we're excited we are the kids perform in the classroom and on the field. And so at this time, I'm going to give you Jim Swoboda, head football coach.
Thanks, Jerry. Join me in give Jeff and Alan a big round of applause again. Everybody's got a great idea and a bunch of motivated people, and clearly we have a bunch of motivated people here. And we're excited because you're excited. And, you know, it's obviously going to be a first-class event. And Alan, with regard to, where'd Alan go? Alan, with regard to the picture on the border, Texas and Arkansas, I had to stay on the Texas side because my wife's from Texas. And if I hadn't been on that side, I would have had a lot of questions to answer for sure. No, we are really grateful for the opportunity, and one of the neat things about this bowl is the organization that that is going to benefit from the game. And another great part and aspect of playing in the postseason is the opportunity to help out a great organization sponsored by United Way, and we're very proud to be associated with that as well. But we have a great group of kids that have had an outstanding season. I'm very proud of them. And this is a tremendous reward for them. A lot of hard work goes into the season. And for them to have an opportunity to play one more game, that's what we all love to do, is to play a game. And for them to, we really didn't expect this on the horizon in terms of an opportunity for us. And unfortunately, we lost our last game, and there was a lot of long faces in that locker room. And after that game, and with the feeling that the season, quite possibly is over, and then when this opportunity came for us, we had a bunch of kids that all of a sudden were, very excited to play one more game, And you know, from what we've heard about this bowl, even more excited in terms of you know, the first-class way that everybody is representing this game. But we know we have an outstanding opponent. We're also grateful for that. Coach Atterbury's had an outstanding season with his team as well in his first season at the school, and we know Southeastern is plays in a great conference, and so we expect it to be an outstanding football game and great entertainment for you. You're right about the bang for the buck. I don't know how many of you have seen any Division II football, but we have a lot of great players at this level, and there'll be some players on that field that you might even see on Sundays playing. Just a very good athletes that we get to showcase in a game like this. And so, as was mentioned before, there's not a lot of opportunities if you don't have a chance to play in the playoffs. There's 170 Division II schools. And so 24 will get in the playoffs, and for another handful to have an opportunity to play in a bowl is really a great opportunity. And we're very grateful for it. And we thank you for the invitation. And we're going to come down here and we're going to do our best to represent University of Central Missouri in a class way and show our gratitude for you guys having us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, please make welcome Keith Baxter, the Athletic Director at Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Thank you, Alan. On behalf of Southeastern Oklahoma State University, the community of Durant, President Sean Burridge, the Great American Conference, we are ecstatic to be here. We appreciate the opportunity to be here in Texarkana. And as Jerry has said, as Coach Sabota said earlier, if the first 30 minutes is any indication of what the rest of the situation is going to be like, we are tremendously excited about what the future holds. Jeff and Alan, you know, as football coaches, as athletic directors, we talk about having visions. We talk about acting on those visions. You guys had a vision, and you acted on it, and that'll result in what you see in the room and what you'll see on the field on December the 6th. And we are tremendously excited about being a small part of that. Because it is for a bigger reason. The Live United Texarkana Bowl goes for bigger things, and we are very appreciative to share in that opportunity for the many benefits that this bowl will produce. It's a great pleasure for me to be able to introduce our head football coach. He is completing his first year, but he's no stranger to Southeastern Oklahoma State University. When you mention his name, Bo Atterbury, and Southeastern Oklahoma State University football, one thing comes to mind: winning. The postseason events that we have competed in, he's been in 3 of the 5 that our university's competed in. And we are tremendously excited about having him back in Durant, back on our campus, and representing our community and our university in the brightest of light. Completing his first year of 7-4 in the Great American Conference, please help me in welcoming Coach Bo Atterbury.
Thanks, Keith. Wow, this is awesome. It's great to see everyone here today, and thank you for being here. We did get a chance to go to the chamber and take a picture, and I've heard several mention twice as nice. I would say that's probably an understatement based on my short time here so far. So we're very blessed to be here, and you can tell, Jeff Allen, this is going to be a professionally ran bowl game, and we're excited about being here. You know, I'm fortunate to work for a great university, great president, have great administration, but most importantly, I work with a lot of great young men, and I'm excited for those guys. Haven't had a winning season since 2009, so this is the first time they've won, and they were extremely excited. We beat our rival in our last game, and then to hear a couple days later that we're going to get to play an extra game. We have the opportunity to win 8 games, and they didn't win 8 in their previous 4 years. So we know we're playing a tough opponent and in a prestigious conference in MIAA. Coach Swoboda, I watched some of his film like in 2010 when we were both in the playoffs, I believe, and you had a dynamic offense. So we'll have our hands full, but we've kind of gone by the philosophy of any given Saturday, and December 6th should be an extremely exciting day, and we're blessed to be a part of it. And thanks to all those that had a part in making this possible. We plan to represent the Great American Conference proud, most importantly our university. And then for the benefactor, that's the main reason. It's very awesome. And thank you guys, and I look forward to being back in Texarkana, or like to stay till December 6th, based on this, but we'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As you can see, quite a bit of excitement already brewing, and these guys have got quite a bit of work to do to go back and get their game plans together for a great football game at Razorback Stadium on December the 6th. I do want to recognize one additional person, and I don't see him. There he is in the back. I want Will Pruitt to stand up. Will Pruitt is the commissioner of the Great American Conference, and Will has done a great job in promoting the GAC, and he was very instrumental in us and our relationship in forming with the Great American Conference for this bowl game. And Will, we appreciate you, and we welcome you to Texarkana for the day, and we'll see you back, I'm sure, on December the 6th for the bowl game. But we appreciate Will and the Great American Conference. Also, I saw somebody out there that I know is working tirelessly for the United Way, he and his wife, and they're working tirelessly to try to raise money this year. Robert, stand up. Robert Irwin and his wife Susie are the campaign chairs this year. Both of them bugged me to death yesterday because, you know, it's hard to keep things like this under wraps for very long, and they're like, we've got deadlines in these magazines, we need you to do this, we need you to do this. And then finally, Susie got tired of waiting on me. She just sat down and did it. She said, if you'll just read it. If you'll take 2 seconds to read it. So it's been a busy several days for Jeff and I, and we are very, very excited to have these two schools representing this second annual Texarkana, Live United Texarkana Bowl. And we're going to get on with what we need to be getting on with to continue to make this a successful event. So having said that, we will open up the floor for a couple of questions. Anyone that has anything that you would like to ask? I know Josh always has several questions, so do you have a question?
Well, I mean, one of the things that we talked about, you know, with the dynamic offense for Central Missouri, what type of offense are you running for this? Can't tell you that yet. It's going to be all different December 6th. Well, we're multiple. We do some of the things that you all probably see on TV in terms of the spread and no huddle. I like to say we mix it up. We're pretty balanced between the run and the pass, and we try to do it in a fast manner. But you know, I think that's one thing we try to achieve is to have some kind of balance in what we do. We feel like this makes us more difficult to defend. But we've had games where we've thrown the ball for a lot of yards, and we've had games where we've run the ball for a lot of yards. So it all starts with having some good players. And I don't call you dynamic if you don't have good players, and so that's probably where that part of it comes from. We've got some pretty offensive kids.
Same question. What type of offense are you running as well as your defense?
Well, I think you'll probably see some similarities. I haven't watched their film yet. We still need to discuss the film exchange, but there are some ties to Northwest Missouri there with our offensive coordinator having worked there, and so we're very multiple as well. Try to have different personnel, some different tempos. And had some guys have a really good season, so I'm excited about competing. And as he said, we'll have tons of new wrinkles that he hadn't seen on campus.
You kind of touched on it a little bit, but talk about the importance, maybe it's the entire program, for getting the kids back to play that extra game when the season is done. What it means this year, maybe going on next year.
I think it's huge for a program, huge for us considering they haven't won since 2009, but moving forward to the seniors having a winning season, and then in recruiting and being able to say you made a bowl game and those type of things, I think it's great for the university. I mean, I'm fortunate to represent our university here today, and we have our helmet, our logo, our brand will be out there more often than others, I guess, all the way through December 6th. So an excellent opportunity for us.
Usually I don't use one of these. Neither one of us.
Did you want the same question?
What was the question? Oh yeah, lots of things really. You know, we get extra practice, that helps. So it extends your season a little bit. And, we try to focus on the young players in quite a few of those practices. And, for the older guys, football's so unique because you only have 11 games. Basketball, you got a bunch of games, baseball, and the season's kind of relatively shorter. And so anytime you get an opportunity to have one more game, I think the kids are excited about that. And, it's particularly the seniors that, most of those guys, that'll be the last game they ever play in their life. And, and even though that, they kind of had to deal with the end of the season thing, and then, this sort of came up for us, I think that, they quickly realized that, all those guys have been playing football probably since they've been 6 or 7 years old. And then all of a sudden, that's a final thing. And to have an opportunity to do that again, I think is, something that they'll really be looking forward to. And, from our standpoint too, it's postseason. It's postseason, okay? And so in the recruiting process, you have a postseason team. And, and I think that that's something that you work towards, obviously, is to, kind of separate yourself from the other schools you're recruiting against. And I think it helps with respect to that too. And as Coach mentioned, you're out there a little bit, now in your Wall of Fame or your locker room, wherever it is, postseason team, 2014. That's pretty cool.
Do you guys have any players from this area on your roster?
We have a handful of players on our roster. Pittsburgh area, Canyon Farmer, actually, Coach Sean Cooper from Pittsburgh. We had a guy from Gilmer, a couple younger guys. So we're trying to do a better job in East Texas, I'll be honest with you on that. We plan to be here a little more often. But we've got a good mix of Oklahoma and Texas guys on our roster, North Texas, East Texas, and Oklahoma.
We have a couple of Texas kids on our roster. Our quarterback is a Texas kid. And, but we primarily stay within the state of Missouri and kind of the immediate areas, Kansas City, Kansas, and then, St. Louis and St. Louis, Illinois. Do a little bit in Chicago, but it's primarily our recruiting base. But we'll take kids from anywhere.
Hey, Coach Atterbury.
Yes.
You've got about 50 plus kids or so from the Metroplex,
Yeah.
and then about another 10 or so from the East Texas area. Talk for a second about how excited your kids were about coming to play in this region. I imagine they've got a lot of families that are going to be excited about coming to watch them play.
Oh yeah, I think we'll have a great crowd. They were excited, and East Texas loves their football, and we've got some guys that people will probably recognize their names once the roster comes out and all that stuff. So I anticipate a good crowd. They were really excited about it. Just to play another football game, one, and then kind of in Texas and being close to home is pretty awesome. And earlier you asked the question, there's not a whole lot of pickup football games going on past their last game, so these guys are excited about playing one with the seniors for sure.
Okay, we appreciate you guys coming, and these guys will be available for some sound bites and things like that I know that some of you have requested for a few minutes, and then we're going to take them to lunch, and they've been going long already today, so we've got another afternoon we've got to spend with them to get everything else done. So again, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for everybody here that's volunteering and for this community for supporting this game, and we're going to have a great day. As Robert Irwin says, it's going to be balmy. We're going to have 50-degree weather and balmy on December the 6th at noon at Razorback Stadium. You're going to see a great football game. Thank you for coming.